This is Dave Rogie. I'm here with Coach Travis Domser of the Mountain Goat football team here at Chelan High School. Coach, thanks for taking some time out for me here this afternoon. I know it's kind of hard to squeeze everything into a day when you've got coaching and what have you, but maybe you can slow down a little bit now with the end of the season. However, what I like to do and what we like to do at Good Lake Chelan is to kind of wrap up the season a little bit. And you guys are coming off an excellent season at 6-4 and winning 6 of your last 7 ball games. So just kind of talk to me about the season and kind of where you started and kind of those areas of progression and how you feel about where you finished.
Well, I feel if you don't finish with a state title, then you're never satisfied. I don't think that none of us are satisfied. We all believe that we should be playing this week, and we feel that way. But we knew going into the season that you had to win all your league games, and we didn't do that. So it's something that's going to sit in the back of our minds until we get to play next year. But I am proud of our kids for going through some things this year. We had some new players on both sides of the football. I think we had 2 returning starters on defense, so it took us a while to get going. We played some pretty tough games the first 3 games and had some tough losses, and the guys bounced back. Went to win 6 of the last 7 to get second in conference. Again, these kids have been resilient. Our seniors have done a great job this year, waiting for some of the kids who aren't as experienced to get the experience to catch up. And when we caught up, we gave ourselves a chance to win a title, and we gave ourselves a chance to go in the playoffs. We just came up short, and that's going to linger, but it'll also motivate our kids that still have to do some things. And our seniors, they made their mark. We've started something, a new program, and the seniors have made their mark in a sense that, to me, it's expected that we beat Cashmere. It's not. I'm coming from the outside in. I don't buy into the mystique of Cashmere. I look at all those wins, and I don't think it's okay. So it's something that these seniors did, and they made their mark by beating Cashmere, and that's gonna follow through as we go.
Just obviously we were broadcasting that game, and I had a parent who could hear me from a long ways off. I was getting so excited. But, that kind of a game really does something for a team. And that shoe means so much between these 2 schools. Tell me, after that happened, knowing that you guys won that game and brought that shoe back here, what did that mean to you as a coach? I know how the players felt, but what did that mean to you?
Well, my feelings go through our players. So, those players, they deserved that win, and our seniors deserve that win, and we have the motto of family, and we go through things each week. It doesn't mean anything to me as a football coach, just a winning one game or having a trophy, but the feelings and the experiences that our kids get, that's what the most important thing is. At the end of the day, we talk family. We want to be accountable. We don't want to be a one-person team. We don't want to, do anything that would negate us from having a great experience. So if they're having a great experience, that means I'm having a great experience, and that's the bottom line.
Well, each and every one of your guys this year have really stepped up, and there are people even late into the season, Luke Gleesman, who came in late with having that knee surgery and then having a kind of an extended rehab, and he came in at a time that was real important, I think, for you, especially with it being the Cashmere game and those kinds of things. But obviously there are people that stand out in your mind that you go, whoa, that kid has come a mile this season. Who would some of those players be in your mind?
Well, I think Luke Gleesman's one of them, but here's the thing: he was a big part of it the entire year. I mean, he wasn't out there playing, but he was a vocal leader for us. I think I can name the seniors individually. Eli Jenkins played excellent quarterback the last 6 games. He did a great job running the football, throwing the football. I think you got guys like Mason McClellan, who's a playmaker. I mean, he does some things with his feet that are pretty amazing, and you got to give credit to our offensive line. I think that there's not one kid that kind of stuck out to me. We all just kind of got better each week, and it was a little too short. But we did. That was our goal. Our goal was to get better every week, and we did that. And we came up a little short, but I'm proud of the guys for just sticking with it and sticking their heads in there. And it could have went real south, and these kids, they mentally toughed it up, and it ended up being a real good experience. So The whole team is credit. Coaches and players and the entire team got better.
Both Eli really came on. I mean, he seemed somewhat tentative at the beginning of the year, but he seemed to loosen up so much, and he has so much potential. And I guess I would ask you, do you see him having potential to go beyond this level to play?
The thing that I know about Eli is he's going to be great at something. I mean, that's the bottom line. I know that people have been sniffing around a little bit. There's been some Division III schools asking about him. We talked last year. A good friend of mine is a defense coordinator, Pacific, and he came in and met with him last year. So it was real good to get that kind of experience. And I think he can play at the next level. But you got to have that mentality to be able to do it, and I think he has that. But I'm also not the person that says you have to go and play.
No.
He's going to do something great in life. We know that, and that's where we're at, and that's we'll support him with that. So whether he does it or not, it'll kind of be up to him. But he's put himself in a spot where he can.
Yeah. It's interesting because I was subbing the other day here, and he came into the classroom to check with one of the students about something, and we kind of had that same conversation. And kind of when he left, I said, Eli, it doesn't matter whether you do or you don't. The reality is you're going to succeed at something. You're going to be very successful.
He's going to be a leader, and he's going to do some great things regardless. So.
Well, and the younger kids, Abuyas, he got lots of playing time. He looked very good for you at various times. Marvelous job at a linebacking spot. You've got Schwartz, Ty Schwartz coming on, played great minutes for you. And, of course, he comes from a pretty good run of family members, I guess you could say, that have played here. So I'm sure that, in his heart and in his mind, he wants to be just like them. But anyway, let's talk now. This is your second season here in Chelan. You have, Chelan for so many years tried to be a running program versus and it goes clear back into the days when my son was here and before that playing football. And you've come in with a whole different approach to football, with a wide open offense. You throw the ball, you run the ball, the quarterback pulls it down and runs, everything happens. Are you getting a pretty good response? I mean, is this something that people are adjusting to slowly, or is everybody saying, well, it's about time? What kind of thing, what's happening for Coach Domser, and what kinds of things is he hearing about the program?
Well, what I like is, it's fun. Kids have fun with it. It's upbeat. I like it. People say that it's not smash mouth, but we averaged the last 3 games 300 yards rushing. We're able to do both now, run and throw it a little bit. So I think the balance is the big thing. What's great about the program-wise is now I think we have a solidified program. I was at a 5th and 6th grade football game on Natchez a couple weeks ago. We're tied. We've got the football. They can't throw the ball. It comes down to it. We throw a 25-yard touchdown pass out of shotgun, empty, no backs at our 6th grade level. So kids are buying into it. It takes a while. Last summer we gave every kid, 60 kids came to our kids camp. We gave every kid a football because, you've got to be able to catch and throw. And my wife talked with Mr. Peck last week, making sure we got enough footballs at the elementary school to make sure we're throwing those around. And it's a different climate, but it's what I like. I like being balanced. I don't like teams that can just run the football. I don't think you give yourself a chance to win a state title. It's rare when you can just run the football unless you're a Bellevue and those types of things. And at single A we really don't have that. So I like to do that. It's balanced. The kids have fun with it. Our middle school teams, both teams have put into shotgun, and they were both competitive this year, and they both did a great job for the first time in a little while. So once you get kids to buy in, coaches are buying in. We've got great staff from 3rd grade up. Even our 3rd and 4th graders are going shotgun. So it's real fun. It's a fun thing to do. I think kids watch it on TV. It gives them – I want them to watch – part of the reason you get good at football is you watch film and you watch football. Well, if you run double wing or you run that offense that we saw against Walluk, you don't watch that. You don't watch it on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays. You can watch rugby maybe, and maybe you get something out of that. But I think I like it. I like it. Kids like it. I think it's upbeat. It's up the tempos. We can control the tempo, whether it's fast or slow, and kids are having fun. They're starting to buy in, and that's why we averaged over 35 points, in these last 5-6 games. So it's coming together. It's a lot of fun.
One last question, then we'll try to get out of your way. You're now with the off seasons here. What kind of a program do you see happening? What have you instituted, and what goes next, and when does it start?
Well, I'll tell you, Saturday we had about 25 kids in here. And our season's over on Friday, and Saturday we have 25 kids in here watching film on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And that was driven by them. And then weight room this morning. We've already Tuesdays and Thursdays. We've already got the weight room going, and it doesn't really start. It doesn't really stop, but. We want to make sure that kids are doing other sports. That's the main thing that I have, and Coach Harris and all the coaches here, we're on the same page. The best thing our kids can do for football right now is go compete in wrestling and basketball, and that's it. We're going to do the weight room stuff and give kids an opportunity to lift weights, but that's the biggest thing: is go play other sports, have a good experience, and go compete, and then do it again in the spring, and then we'll talk. We'll talk practices and those types of things when we're stronger and we've competed in the winter and the spring. And our other coaches are saying the same thing too, so it's great.
Well, in a small school, it's easy to accommodate that because there are fewer athletes to draw from, and the kids generally want to be. There's not only the physical aspect and the competitive aspect, but there's the social aspect as well.
Complete.
So, well, Coach, we certainly congratulate you on an outstanding season. Starting out everybody I'm sure looking and going, uh-oh, what do we got happening here? And then to be able to turn it around on a dime like that and just have tremendous success and to watch these kids grow. For me, standing behind a microphone and standing out and trying to really analyze and keep my eye on what's going on the field, it was really a remarkable experience this year to see the kids change so much. There were, kids that, didn't look like they could catch a football in some of the first games, and by the end of the season, they're catching the tough one across the middle and getting you that 10 or 15 yards you need for that next first down. And, it's those kinds of things you just kind of sit back and go, boy, can't wait till next year, and it just keeps you fired up.
Yeah.
So congratulations, and clearly it does that to you. I respect the heck out of your family approach to things, that because people don't realize how much the coach is connected to these kids, even on a year-round basis, even away from football. And only if you've played the game and or maybe had the opportunity to coach the game can you really appreciate that. So, and one of the things that we like to do is not only give people an opportunity to just see the guy who's yelling and screaming the plays in and getting excited when something doesn't go right, but we want them to see that they're humans as well, just like the kids. We want them to know that these are good kids. Yeah. And that's why I started doing all of this, and that's why we continue it. Sure. Because we want our community to know that we have great people involved with these guys, that we have great teachers in this program and in this school, and that they can just really, really be proud of Chelan and everything, every aspect, including its educational aspect. Yeah. So, Coach, again, congratulations. We'll look forward to next season. Right now, I've been talking already about how we can improve on some of what we've been doing. Sure. So it's going to get bigger and better for all of us, I know. So,
well, thank you guys for doing everything you do, because I know that my brother watched every game and on the west side, and it was really cool for people all over to be able to see these games. So appreciate Go Lake Chelan.
The game that we did at Kashmir, just to give you a sense, that we started out the first game, I think we had 7 connections. For the Kashmir game, we had 385.
Yeah, that's cool.
And it was just incredible.
That's awesome.
So, well, Coach, again, thanks. This is Dave Rogie here with Coach Travis Domser for Go Lake Chelan, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, Dave, thank you.
You bet.